this is Sonali, and today I have with me Apurva. Apurva has been recently placed at HSBC, and now I'll ask Apurva to introduce herself and tell us a bit more about herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Apurva Shukla. I belong to Raipur itself, and currently I'm pursuing Bachelor of Engineering from Sri Shankaracharya Institute of Professional Management and Technology, Raipur. I've done my schooling from St. Xavier's High School, Raipur. Currently, I'm also serving as an assistant area director in one of the clubs under the umbrella of Toastmasters International.
Okay, Apurva. So you have done your schooling and your BTech, your graduation, everything you have done from Raipur, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So Apurva, my next question for you is, so like you said, you hail from a small town. It can be said that it is a tier 2 or a tier 3 city, and
Yes,
now
ma'am.
you have been placed with HSBC, which is such a big name when it comes to getting your first job at those MNCs. So what were your ambitions while going into such a career? How did you start preparing? What were your ambitions and how did you start preparing?
Ma'am, I was into technology, like I was always into technology when I was in school itself because I chose computer as my optional subject in 11th and 12th. So I was always curious about, solving anything using code. That is something that ticked me, and I was always into coding. And I was very clear about my choices that after 12th, I want to do BTech and in computer science only. When I was in third year of my college, like not third year, when I was in fifth semester. So, I didn't want to like go for the companies as a back then. I wanted to do MBA. So I was into CAT and I prepared myself like during the COVID times from last March 2020. I started my CAT journey and eventually, the date came and exam happened, but I couldn't excel in CAT. I didn't get IIMs. So after that, I didn't want to regret the preparation that I have done for CAT. So I used the aptitude that I prepared for CAT in my HSBC interview. That the first round was consisted of two sections, and the first section it had aptitude like logical reasoning, quantitative aptitude, the verbal section, and also some questions from DBMS and data structures, which is purely technical. And I can say that I cleared my aptitude with more than 80% just because of my preparation that I did for CAT, because solving 60 questions in 75 minutes is not a low hanging fruit, and I couldn't do it without any preparation and practice. So this was it. And in the year of 2020, like it's not like I didn't get opportunities back then in 2020, and I definitely got a chance to apply for certain companies, some brand companies. But when I saw that the packages of 3 to 4, and I even got some companies like try. I wanted to save my technical knowledge for something big. I wanted to enter in a company, and I wanted to start my career with a good package and with a good company. So I waited in 2020 and I didn't fill any of the forms. I was waiting for something big, and eventually, when 2021 arrived in the month of January, I got the information from college that yes, HSBC is conducting its recruitment drive via CoCubes. So you all register yourself. So when I saw the package, then I realized that yes, boom, this is the opportunity I was looking for. Like this is the package I want to start with. So I registered myself in CoCubes and I set for the drive, and eventually I got selected.
Yeah, so this is what you call a can-do attitude. She said that she was not able to clear CAT with a percentile she aimed for. She wanted to go to IIM, but then she didn't get, she didn't let that practice go to waste. Because she had worked a lot on aptitude. CAT involves a lot of aptitude. So she then put it to another, she channelized her energy somewhere else. And like she said, she was looking for a big package. She applied to HSBC. She waited. She had, perseverance, patience. She persevered. And eventually, when she got the right opportunity, she got placed at HSBC like we know right now. So, like you said that you were clear about your ambitions. You said you wanted to solve everything with code. So,
Yes.
but see, I also hail from a tier two town. I'd say I stay in Faridabad. So I know what are the problems or what are the challenges we face. I have faced as a fresher. Was there a challenge when it came to getting placed? What were the challenges? Was there any challenge you faced? You felt that okay, I don't know how I will get past this. I'm not from a big city like Delhi or Mumbai or Bangalore for that matter. So was there a specific challenge or challenges?
Yeah, ma'am, when I was in first year of my college, I wanted to start coding and I wanted to work on my coding and aptitude from a very early stage, like when I was in first year of college. But yes, I always thought like, where, what is the best resource? What is the best source of doing this? Like, should I join coaching? Should I do it online? But eventually, when going to second year and third year, I realized that you can do anything using Google and YouTube. You can do anything. You just have to utilize your online materials. So yeah, I felt it as a challenge, but I overcame it using Google.
So, guys, I think like Apurva said, her challenge was what were the avenues she had in front of her to prepare for coding. So, and Apurva said that she solved this challenge with the help of Google and YouTube. So, Apurva, were there any specific YouTube videos, YouTube tutorials, or any specific Google websites, or did you take any online coaching? There are so many different, websites also through which you can take coaching. Prep Insta is there, Geeks for Geeks is there, Code Chef is there. So, what was the avenues which you used?
Ma'am, firstly for aptitude, I always chose Arun Sharma. I used to solve LOD1 and LOD2 of each and every topic that comes under aptitude. And I preferred Arun Sharma only for aptitude. And for coding, I always preferred my favorite site is Gigs for Gigs. Like I do not, I did not do much coding on Hacker Earth and HackerRank. I used to, extract questions from Gigs for Gigs and I used to solve it in my own ID that I preferred.
Okay.
And that's it. And YouTube, there's no specific channel or any playlist. I used to search for my doubts and anything that I wanted to learn, and just picked the best out of that videos. So YouTube helped me in a lot of ways.
Okay, so so you are saying that you Geeks for Geeks was your favorite website when it came to
Yes,
coding,
for
and
sure.
you yeah. Okay, so okay, so anyone who's watching this video, some people could be in their final year, people could be in their second year, first year, third year. So was there a specific language? Because this is a question which is most asked question. I would say I have
Mm.
we have been talking to a lot of students lately, and every time this question comes up, what is the coding language which I should learn? Or is it that if I am comfortable with one coding language, I should go with that only? So, what are your thoughts on this?
Ma'am, I don't think that there is any specific coding language that I should or anyone should suggest it to any candidates, because you can choose your preferred language. Like I was always into Python. Python is my primary language, and I also use Java and C. But Python, I'm very much comfortable with Python. And but basically, in the technical interview and whenever you're sitting for the test in order to get placed in any company, they do not look for the coding language. They just see what's your approach and what is the algorithm that you're using. Coding language is language is not a matter of concern.
Okay. Okay. So, from what I can understand, it is more about what is your level of understanding,
Hmm.
and coding language can be anything which I am comfortable with
Yeah,
or anyone is
yeah,
comfortable with. Okay,
yeah.
so Purva, like you just mentioned about your interview, so let's talk a little bit about your interview with HSBC. So, how was the interview like? What were the rounds? Was there any written or coding test first, and then you went on to technical and HR round? So, just take us through your interview process.
Yeah, ma'am. So basically, HSBC had 4 rounds. The first round was the aptitude round, and it was not only aptitude plus coding. Like the first round had 2 sections. The first section was your aptitude round, and only if you clear your aptitude round with 80%, more than 80%, then only the second part, the second section of your test will get open, and that was the coding part. So fortunately, I cleared the aptitude part with more than 80%, and my coding part got opened. And it was 60 questions in 75 minutes, the aptitude one. And for coding, I got two questions which I had to solve in 30 minutes. So I was able to solve one and a half question.
Okay, and then how was the interview process? Okay, so you did your aptitude, you did your coding, you had prepared for that. But interview is something that you can't
Yeah.
properly prepare until and unless you don't give one,
Yeah.
two, and in many cases a lot of interviews. So how was your interview experience with HSBC?
Yeah. And basically, after that, the first round, we had psychometric test as well. So I got that cleared. And the third round was my technical interview round. And I was a bit nervous about technical interview because this was my first company. Like, this is the first company I was sitting for placement. So I was a bit nervous about the technical interview. In the interview, they asked me to share my screen,
Okay.
and they asked me some questions regarding data structure and algorithms, also about DBMS, and I had to code online. I had to share my screen and I had to code in front of them.
Okay.
So I was asked questions from DBMS, data structures. Yeah.
Okay. So anyone who's watching this video right now, what Apurva has just now said, I have heard every student who hails from computer science or IT background tell me this, that DBMS, data structures, algorithms, they do ask in your technical interview. And the second thing that all the students or all the kids who have had their interviews tell me is that they were asked about their internships or if they have done any project. So were you asked about it, Apurva?
Yeah, ma'am, I was not asked about internships because I hadn't mentioned it in my resume, and plus I have not done internship as of now.
Okay.
But I was definitely asked about my projects that I have mentioned, and it was some project which included deep learning in it.
Okay.
So I was asked question about my projects, and it's just that you need to be true to your resume. Whatever you have written in your resume, you should know each and every bit of it.
Hmm. Yeah, that is true. If you have mentioned something in your resume, then you should know that. Or if you are going, in front of the interviewer and telling them that, for example, I'll take a computer science analogy only, and you tell them that I know about DBMS, I know about database management systems, or I know about relational database management systems.
Hmm.
So then you should know. Then you should actually know about that, because then you will be asked questions about that only, because that is what a technical interview is. Okay, so and how was did you have an HR interview, and if yes, how did it
Yeah,
go?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I had an HR interview after 7 days of my technical interview. And yes, and the HR interview was quite very different from what I thought it would have been. Like, I always thought that in HR interview we are asked about ourselves, and they just ask about our hobbies and like what is my ambition, what are my goals, short term goals, long term goals. But surprisingly, I was not asked about this kind of questions. Basically, HSBC had HR interview which included situational questions,
Hmm.
like if this is the situation, how would I behave in accordance with my personality.
Okay.
So it was all situational questions only.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that happens in your HR interview. Like Apurva said, she was asked situational interviews, because one of the aim of an HR interview is also to for an HR to know if you are actually the right fit for their organization when it comes to an organization culture. That this is how the organization works. This is what their culture is, and that is very important. And like Apurva said, she was asked situational questions, that if you are put in this situation, how will you respond? Okay, so Apurva, then you got the good news that you have been selected with HSBC at such a good package. You are starting with a 7 LPA package with a software engineering profile. So, what was the first thing you did after you got to know that you have been placed with HSBC?
Ma'am, as soon as I got the mail, my instant reaction was I jumped out of my place and immediately moved out of the room and informed my family, my mother, that yes, I got the mail that I've been selected.
Okay.
I was very excited. Like, yes, I did it after so much of hard work. So yes, it was a nice
Yeah, and
feeling.
how did your family respond? How did your parents respond? And if you have any
They
siblings,
were
how?
very happy.
Yeah. Okay.
They were very happy.
Okay. And okay. So, Apurva, my next question is that how do you feel that, okay, like if you are from a tier 2 or a tier 3 city, or for that matter, I won't say tier 2, tier 3, sometimes from, our metros also, not
Mm-hmm.
everyone gets that chance to be placed with a package that is more than 5 LPA, especially when there are so many engineers which are graduating every year. But now here you are who has been placed at a package of 7 LPA plus. So what do you think, how important it is? Does that give you a confidence boost, or does that just gives you that kick that okay, now I have to do even more? So how was it, how
Mm-hmm.
was your experience of it?
Ma'am, after seeing that the packages of 7 LPA, my instant reaction and instant feeling that I got was that I'm already 3 years ahead in my career. Like I'm starting with 7 LPA.
Yeah.
So yeah, and definitely there should be a hunger for your career. There should be a hunger for more. So yes, my aim is to work even more harder and rise high and high. That's it. And it is quite convenient to go with that package in another city, and because apart from your food and living, you'll save a lot.
Yeah, true, true. That is very true. Okay, so now let's drive this a little bit home, and I'll ask you a question. So, like we know that we are on right now, we are in March, and March has been, designated the International Women's Month. We are celebrating
Hmm.
women across the world. We are celebrating different stories. So, what is your, what would be your message to all the girls, all the women watching it, who will be watching it? What would be your message to them? And I'm asking this question because, these are STEM fields, and more often
Hmm.
than not, women are not expected to excel, or sometimes women themselves have this perception maybe coding is not for me, right? So, what is your message to all the girls out there, all the women who will be watching this video?
Ma'am, firstly, I'll just tell all of them to believe in themselves, because you know believing in yourself is the best way of having self confidence.
Yeah,
And if I can do it, you can do it as well.
yeah,
And now the time has changed. It's not about earlier. It was like women don't get enough opportunities.
yeah.
But I don't think right now, the scenario that we're having, we all get equal opportunities. We just need to grab the opportunity and make the best use of it. So believe in yourself, work hard, and if I can do it, you can do it as well.
Okay. Yeah. So, like guys, Apurva said, we all get equal opportunities. So now we have, maybe that issue of getting opportunity has been solved to an extent. Now it is up to us to, grab the right
Mm.
opportunity, aim higher, ambition higher. Like Apurva said, she wanted to solve everything with a code, and she went ahead with it. Okay. And Apurva, before we wrap up this interview, I would like to ask you, uh, if you want to name a few names, want to give credit to the people in your college who helped you through this process. Who were the people? Was there anyone specific who gave you that boost, who gave you that kick to do it even more, to push even harder? So if you want to thank anyone from your college.
Ma'am, firstly, the process of this HSBC recruitment drive, I felt that the process was very smooth. Firstly, because of college, and secondly, because Aeon co-cubes. Because you know, uh, I always had that thought in my mind that because this is virtual, I can mess up with things. Like things might go wrong technically, but Aeon co-cubes. First of all, I would like to thank you all for supporting us and every step of our recruitment process and making it such a smooth drive. Secondly, in my college, I would especially like to thank Nitin Jain sir, Dean of Training and Placement Department of our college, SSIPMT Raipur, because he's the one, who cleared all my doubts. Like whenever I came across any doubt, I just dialed his number, like, sir, this has happened, sir, that has happened, sir, what should I do? And he's the one who has been a constant support to me since the very first step, like from registration till now. So I would definitely love to thank, and also the HOD of my department, Dr. JP Patra sir, who has always, motivated us to dream big and go into MNCs, work hard for it, learn data structure, be regular with coding. So I would like to thank both of them.
Okay. So I'll also like to congratulate Apurva's HOD and their dean placements. I would like to congratulate them. You had such a good student, and also you played that teacher's role in her life. And she eventually got her first job. She's saying this was her first interview, and she cracked it with flying colors. So once again, Apurva, thank you so much for joining us today, for sharing your experience, your journey with us. And I'll just give you loads of luck for your upcoming years as a coding professional, as a software engineer. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Apurva.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity to share my experience. Thank you so much.